Good evening, children. Today I'm there with the fifth video and we are going to start chapter 2. Chapter 2 is circular flow of income. Circular flow of income means the continuous flow of goods and services across different sectors of the economy. Here I want to mention the different sectors of the economy are household, firm, government and rest of the world. Coming again to the definition, when goods and services and money flow from household to firm or from firm to household, they are in a circular flow. Eventually, there is a circular flow of goods and services and money in the economy. How does that happen? First of all, let us see the different types of flows in which there is movement of goods and services and money. Number one, real flow. Real flow is the flow of goods and services. One thing that we mentioned, that there are two things that are flowing in the economy. One is money and the other is goods and services. So when goods and services move from one sector to another, then that is known as real flow or product flow. When money moves from one sector to another, it is known as money flow or nominal flow. Now, let us just take two sectors of the economy to explain how there is circular flow of income in the economy. In our syllabus, there is only two sector model, even though in the chapter in certain books, it is given three sector and four sector also. But for the exam purposes, you need to know only two sector model, which I have explained here. We are taking two sectors, firm and household. Previously, I had explained to you that household are factor owners. That means all the factors are given there. Capital, enterprise, land and labor. They are owned by households or families. So when production is to be done by the firm, who are the producers in the economy, they hire the factors from the household. Okay? So factor services, a real flow moves from the households towards the firm. And in return of these factor services, there is a money flow from the firm towards the household. As you can see, factor payment is made by the firm to the household in the form of rent, interest, wages and profit. So first there is real flow from household to the firm, and then there is money flow from firm to the household. Secondly, now when the households are having money which they have received in exchange of their services, they feel like spending that money in order to purchase certain goods and services. So what will they do? They will pay some money to the firms, and there is a money flow from the households to the firms in the form of consumption expenditure, that is payment for goods and services. In exchange of this payment, as you can see, the firm gives goods and services to the households. This movement from firm to the household of goods and services is part of the real flow. So the way we have drawn it, it seems it is clear, but once again let me explain it to you, that once the households are giving goods and services to the firm, and eventually the firm is giving the goods and services to the households. Once the payment in the form of money for factor services is being made from the firm to the households, so there is money flow from firm towards the households, and then in exchange of goods and services, the payment is made by the households to the firms. So in a way, there is a forward movement and a backward movement in a circular way for goods and services as well as money, which we term as the circular flow of income in the economy. Now, in order to understand why this circular flow is required, why does this movement of goods and services and money take place, let us discuss the phases of circular flow of income. As you can see, there are three phases given. Number one, production phase. Number two, distribution phase. And number three, expenditure phase. First of all, we have read about economic activities. Economic activities are all those activities which are undertaken in an economy for the purpose of production, consumption, exchange, distribution, etc. All those are economic activities because they are done for earning or spending of money. Amongst these economic activities, the first activity here that we are discussing is production. So first of all, let us imagine that in an economy, production takes place. So in order to do that production, the firm will hire factor services from the households. So production takes place with the help of factors which are hired by the producer. Okay. Next, distribution phase. Now once the factors render their services to the firms, they need to be paid in return of their services. So for the services rendered by the factors or the households, the firm makes payment to them and it distributes factor incomes in the form of interest, profit, rent and royalty, wages and salaries. How the factors get their income? You can see there is a reference which factor gets which income. Okay. So in the second phase, which comes after production, factor incomes are distributed among various factors of production. Now, once they have that income, what happens? What is the next step? Expenditure phase. Money so earned is spent by factors. Factors, how do they spend their money? To satisfy wants, which is known as consumption expenditure. So factors will spend the money that they have earned in order to satisfy their wants, also known as consumption expenditure. And if firms have to spend their money, what are they going to spend their money on? To create assets, which is known as investment expenditure. So when firms are spending money, they are buying plant, machinery, etc., also known as the investment expenditure. So these are the three phases that are undertaken in order to explain the circular flow of income or why circular flow of income happens. In this chart, in the circular movement, we are trying to show first of all the production phase, then the distribution phase, and then the expenditure phase, which is very shortly explained just below it. Production leads to income generation, distribution of income causes expenditure, and expenditure leads to further production, which means because of production there is income generation. This income is distributed among factors and factors use this income to spend for their want satisfaction, which in turn leads to further production. Because if whatever is produced is not consumed, there would be no incentive for the producer to produce more. Okay, तो प्रोडक्शन से डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन वाली स्टेज आती है, डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन से एक्सपेंडिचर वाली स्टेज आती है, और क्योंकि एक्सपेंडिचर होता है इसीलिए प्रोड्यूसर आगे प्रोडक्शन करता है. ओके, नाउ कमिंग टू टू डिफरेंट parts of this chapter along with circular flow. Here we have leakages and injections. Now leakage, I believe very common word. आपको पता है, कई बार कंप्लेन करते हैं घर में कि टंकी लीक कर रही है, पानी निकल रहा है उसमें से. So you know what kind of a movement leakage is. जब किसी एक कंटेनर में से अगर पानी निकलता है, रिसता है, उसको हम लीकेज कहते हैं. तो लीकेज एक तरीके से क्या है? आउटफ्लो. ओके. ऑन दी अदर हैंड इंजेक्शन, सभी लोग डरते हैं इंजेक्शन से, लेकिन इंजेक्शन का क्या काम है वो आप लोग सब जानते हैं कि अगर हम कभी बीमार पड़ते हैं तो डॉक्टर मेडिसिन इंजेक्शन में डाल के हमारे अंदर उस मेडिसिन का इनफ्लो होता है. सो इकोनॉमिक्स के पर्पज से लीकेज एंड इंजेक्शन दोनों आउटफ्लो और इनफ्लो कॉन्सेप्ट्स हैं. विच लीड्स टू द आउटफ्लो ऑफ इनकम एंड विच लीड्स टू द इनफ्लो ऑफ इनकम. सबसे पहले इसकी डेफिनेशन कर लेते हैं. लीकेज मीन्स withdrawal from the flow of income in the economy. Savings, tax payment and imports are example of leakages. Now how do these cause leakage? Here you can see savings and tax payment. First of all, I've explained savings and tax payment. They cause reduction in the disposable or spendable income. What is disposable income? जो पैसे हमारे हाथ में खर्चे के लिए होते हैं उसको हम डिस्पोजेबल इनकम या स्पेंडेबल इनकम कहते हैं. अगर हम उसमें से कुछ पैसे बचा के रख लेते हैं तो इसका मतलब हमारे पास स्पेंडेबल इनकम कम है. सो बिकॉज ऑफ सेविंग्स डिस्पोजेबल और स्पेंडेबल इनकम डिक्रीजेस. सेकेंडली, टैक्स पेमेंट. जितने हमारे हाथ में पैसे हैं अगर उसमें से हमें टैक्स देना पड़ रहा है तो हमारे पास स्पेंडेबल इनकम कम बच जाती है. अगेन विच मीन्स सेविंग्स और टैक्स पेमेंट से डिस्पोजेबल इनकम में कमी आती है. ओके. इम्पोर्ट्स. इम्पोर्ट्स कॉज आउटफ्लो ऑफ इनकम एज अ पेमेंट फॉर इम्पोर्ट्स. अगर हमने बाहर से कोई सामान खरीदा है उससे आउटफ्लो या इनकम विड्रॉ कैसे हो रही है इकोनॉमी से. इवेंचुअली हमने जो सामान खरीदा है उसके लिए हमें पेमेंट करना पड़ेगा, तो भी हमारी इकोनॉमी में से इनकम बाहर जा रही है, यानी इकोनॉमी में स्पेंडेबल इनकम कम हो रही है. सो दीज थ्री आर द एग्जाम्पल्स ऑफ लीकेजेस. एज अ फॉर्मूला ऑल्सो रिटन देयर, लीकेजेस इज इक्वल टू S plus T plus M, M standing for imports. Now, next we come to injections. Injections cause increase in the flow of income in the economy. कौन सी वो चीज़ें हैं जिनसे कि हमारी इकोनॉमी में इनकम का फ्लो बढ़ता है. बिल्कुल उसका रिवर्स कर लेते हैं अगर हम, तो देखिए, सेविंग्स, हमारे पैसे में से कुछ पैसा अलग रखा गया तो खर्च नहीं हो सकता, डिस्पोजेबल इनकम कम हो गई. ऑन द अदर हैंड, इन्वेस्टमेंट का मतलब क्या है कि हमारा जो इकट्ठा पैसा है उसे हमने कहीं लगा दिया. किस लिए लगा दिया? ताकि वो पैसा बढ़ सके. लेकिन क्योंकि हमने वो पैसा कहीं लगाया तो वो इंजेक्ट हुआ इकोनॉमी में और उसकी वजह से प्रोडक्शन बढ़ता है. सो इन्वेस्टमेंट कॉजेज इनफ्लो ऑफ इनकम एंड इट कॉजेज इंक्रीज इन प्रोडक्शन. सेकेंड एग्जाम्पल ऑफ इंजेक्शन इज गवर्नमेंट एक्सपेंडिचर. यहाँ एक बात जाननी ज़रूरी है कि जब कोई एक इंसान खर्च करता है तो दूसरे की इनकम होती है. विच मीन्स अगर गवर्नमेंट खर्चा करेगी तो हमारी इनकम बढ़ेगी. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर गवर्नमेंट ने एक सड़क बनानी है तो गवर्नमेंट कुछ पैसा सड़क बनाने के नाम का खर्च करेगी और उसकी वजह से ठेकेदार, लेबर, इन सब की इनकम बढ़ेगी. सो द मोर गवर्नमेंट स्पेंड्स, the more income is injected in the economy. Okay. Now government expenditure, it causes increase in the disposable income of the people और जिसकी वजह से aggregate demand बढ़ती है. aggregate demand क्या है? It is the total demand of the economy. यानी मेरी, आपकी, सबकी, पूरी इकोनॉमी के अंदर अगर हम डिमांड को ऐड कर दें तो उसको एग्रीगेट डिमांड कहते हैं. नेक्स्ट वी कम टू एक्सपोर्ट्स. जैसे मैंने कहा था, इम्पोर्ट्स अगर लीकेज है तो एक्सपोर्ट्स इंजेक्शन है. क्यों? क्योंकि एक्सपोर्ट्स का मतलब हमने अपना सामान बाहर बेचा, उसके बदले में हमारे पास पैसा आएगा. सो देयर विल बी इनफ्लो ऑफ मनी एंड इट इज़ एन एग्जाम्पल ऑफ इंजेक्शन, बिकॉज इसकी वजह से हमें फॉरेनर्स पे करेंगे तो हमारे पास पैसा आएगा. ओके. सो आई होप यू हैव अंडरस्टूड व्हाट आई हैव ट्राइड टू एक्सप्लेन हियर. रिमेंबर, जहाँ मैंने ये दे रखा है स्क्रीनशॉट 1, रियल फ्लो और मनी फ्लो के आगे, इट इज़ एक्सप्लेनिंग द डिफरेंसेस बिटवीन रियल एंड मनी फ्लो. एंड देयर इज स्क्रीनशॉट 2, उसमें डिटेल में एक डिफरेंस है बिटवीन लीकेजेस एंड इंजेक्शंस. दैट्स ऑल फॉर टुडे. थैंक यू.